Hello and welcome to Olympus Mons Tutorials. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. Few different reasons that I won't go into any pity stories right now, but yeah, I apologise that I am late. And I am raring to go. I'm not feeling wonderful today, so my throat might be a little bit croaky, so if that is the case, I apologise in advance. And we seem to have lost some of our variables along the way. So I might just need to go and add those back in. Just grab those from there like so while we are. Now, if anyone was here last week and they thought that we spent a very long time doing absolutely nothing, then I kind of feel the same. So I really am thinking that possibly last week was not my finest work, and that maybe this should be removed from the playlist. Because we didn't get very far, and now I may even want to change what we've done already. But that being said, what I think the main problem is that I spent way too much time trying to explain what I was doing and not enough time actually doing. And I think there are time and place for both things. And I think if I am going to explain everything in depth and in detail, then I should probably be making the beginner's guide to DirectX, which DirectX 12, which is what I was planning on making originally. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So I think the best thing I'm going to do, and probably I'm going to stick to going forward, is in this I'm just going to code, and I'm not really going to explain what I'm doing. If anyone wants to know what I'm doing, they can obviously ask, or they can ask on the Discord, or they can follow along with future tutorial series. One thing I will do, however, is give links to where I am finding my resources, because I know you can see that I am saying that a lot of the time I am using Frank Luna's code. Nearly said Frank Herbert there, that would be in June. Frank Luna's code, and I just want to make sure that everyone has got access to that code, so that if they want to copy on along with what I'm doing, then they have the ability to do so as well, so that they're not lost. So I'll just put a quick link up in the chat, and I will also link it to the comments. No, what is it? The description of the video below. That way, if anyone wants to be able to copy and paste along with me, they can. That being said, let's have a look at how we're doing things. I hope that everyone has seen the 1000 Bouncing Moons video. That is on a parallel engine that I'm working on, just so that I have enough current knowledge to be able to proceed with the tutorial series. It's one thing having knowledge in general, it's another thing having done it all recently. So that's why I've got a second engine. So I'm hoping you're going to see that, and I've learned a lot of things from that. It's been a really good journey, but I think what I'd like to do first of all is just change around this program a little bit. It's a little bit backwards in some places, and I think that being able to build an engine for the second time in 2 weeks is probably a great way to make an engine super optimized and secure. So that's what I'm going to do. First thing we should always do when coming back to a program for the first time is run the thing, just to make sure it is still working. How far did we get last time? I think what we should see here is a black screen with the purple writing saying "Hello Mars." No, we're going to get a message saying M under viewport is... See, this is why it's always a good idea to run your code at the beginning. Run this again. Right, okay. 361 unspecified error. Why is that? What did we do? What did we do? How did we break it? Reset everything there. That shouldn't be a problem. What was that error code? Stop that and see if we can get an error code. 361. 361. 361 is render direct allocator reset. That's because we started to build the scene, isn't it? Ah, I don't even know my own code, so build scene. No? What should we need? We need indices. There we go, that's what we've done, which was create cube, which is load scene. Okay, if we're loading a scene, we should probably be resetting everything afterwards. So let's have a look to do that now. Let's bring up that fancy engine that I've been working on, which is going to confuse the hell out of me having two of these open, because one is very advanced and built differently than the original. I'm not hiding this one. Everyone here is just a separate one. I came up with the ideas that we were going to call the game Stellar Drift, Echoes of a Dying Star. So this one's called Stellar Drift, and this one's called Echoes. Although really, I'm not sure, but that's just a sort of a project name. I'm mainly just working on the engine at the moment. And if you run this, let's just have a look to see what we're hoping to see in the future. If you run this, we get... This is an OBJ model loading inside a test scene that I made up just so I had a model viewer. We got normals in there, we got normals, textures, roughness and specular, but roughness and specular is not done on maps yet, which I'd like it to be done. Yeah, just a... I literally just got this fully working with multiple textures. That's another thing, having multiple materials in there. On one model is a difficult thing, and I've only just managed to get all this working in the last couple of hours, so it's not that ready to show yet. Let's just get rid of that. Let's bring this over here. Right, okay, so what we're doing, we're loading a scene. So if we're loading a scene, we need to be closing everything down. Get rid of that for now. Anyone else hate the insert error where it pops up on your screen and and you start overwriting everything? Right, okay, what do we need to do? We need to flush. Tell you what we're going to do. Before we're going to do any of this, let's have a look at how we're managing this. I want to create a couple of extra classes in here. Let's get rid of core for now, and let's just come into here. Let's create a new class here. Call this one Command Manager. Just going to separate some of our features down so that we can actually see what's going on easier. Write a few workaround functions so that I don't have to type out everything every time. Let's just do another one for our swap chain as well. What's my naming convention here? And yeah, I probably messed up that naming convention. That's... No, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't even like the way these are currently set out. I think that one I might keep. This one can go. I'm going to mess up my entire code, but as I say, the idea is to work really quite fast. Don't explain what I'm doing, just get on with it, and then everyone can Everyone can see what I'm doing as I go along. Exception we can keep, core we can keep, command manager. Let's be good and let's put a 12 designation on the end because that's one thing that I will secede to. You never know, we might want to add DirectX 11 in at some point, and we might want to have a swap chain for DirectX 11. So let's have a look. First thing I want to do, let's just get a pop-up, see how much we've broken. That one for a start. Mesh 12. Yeah, mesh 12 can't be found. That's perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Mesh. Mesh. Swap chain. Close all of these down. Run that again. Is that all ever's gone? Well, what's our namespace convention here? Ether graphics DirectX 12. Let's get this. Graphics DirectX 12. Yeah, fine. Core. Done and dusted. Let's come over here, get rid of that. If anyone's hating on me, the fact that I'm gutting this down at the moment, I apologise. I'll try not to do it too much as we go through. Just think it's better if we get everything looking pretty and nice from the very beginning. Namespace. Boom. And really, this is how coding should be done. It shouldn't be 4 lines in 3 hours. It really should be as fast as possible. So this is hopefully a glimpse on how a real coder works instead of what you normally get in the tutorials. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? What are we working on? Usual jazz. Alright, this one, DX core, DX core. DX exception. See, look, we didn't even stick to that one. The exception, utilities. We're doing anything? Not at the moment. That one can stay. Using namespace, graphics. Ether graphics, DirectX 12. Okay, let's put this, add a new one here, and let's say resources. I don't intend to have a resources folder at a later date, but let's, yeah, we'll keep that in there for now. Or gravy. Command manager done. Swap chain. How to refactor your engine in 20 seconds flat. Render window, ethics graphic. Graphics, DirectX, Mesh 12 is in resources now. DirectX 12. Graphics. Graphics render window. Okay. No reason why there should be any problems with that. DirectX 12 core. DX utilities, window, ether graphics. Still got a problem with Win32 window. No, we're inheriting from that, so we can't do that. It's because I put ether before it, isn't it? It's because I put ether. It's a really annoying habit of putting the... It just means that the reason I'm doing this is so that we don't have to keep writing 14 different namespaces just to get something. Win32 window. And as you can see, it's going pretty quickly, so... String. These ones, however, we do want the namespace of ether. Boom. Do we have an accessor to our main window here? And window. But no accessor. If last week had 0 direction, maybe this week has got slightly too much direction. I've come in here with a passion ready to go. Don't have as many viewers tonight as we usually do, so it's a good time for me to just get on and code, and maybe that would be better for those who want to watch at a later date. One thing I do want to do, let's just make sure that my computer sounds are not on, so you can't hear my music. As always, you can't code without obnoxious coding music on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Ether engine. This is fine. Let's just run that and see how far we get. Just taking a moment to get a link to the video so that I can put it up on the Discord. Please subscribe the video. Subscribe the video. Please like and subscribe. Join our Discord. Patreon's linked somewhere if you would like to hit that up as well. Why does this stream say it's upcoming? That's better. Annoying. Trying to get a link to my own video, and YouTube doesn't just give it to me. So here we go. Perfect. Right. Okay. Did we run? What was our error list there? 0 errors. Wow, it's a miracle. Let's close everything down and look back what we're doing. So we've just closed down core again. Come into our command manager. What do we want in here? We want everything that's not in here. So we want that, and we want these. There we go. Let's grab that out of there. This hopefully shows you how to organize an engine nicely as well. Grab that. And instead of having that, let's actually link to that. Let's be good so we can wrap around, and let's say namespace directory. Yep, that's fine. We just need what we need. We need class command manager. It's part of graphics and DirectX 12, so that's fine. And we need to create a in the protected one. Yeah. So m command manager. No. Command manager pointer command manager. Perfect. And then where we were initializing, can we command objects? Let's just go equals new command manager. Incomplete type is not allowed, so we need to link it in here. Again, we never put any of our include files in our header file where possible. Graphics, DirectX 12, command manager. Perfect. And let's just say command manager. Get, no, habit, initialize. Initialize. Yeah, that's how you spell initialize. We drop that, and let's grab these. The reason I'm doing this again, why am I doing this, is so that I can put accessor functions in all of these so that I don't have to write out every line every time. One, two. They want to be. No, they can get away with being private. That's fine. But we need a public one in here. Public void initialize. Probably be good form if we made this a boolean and pull that back. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to ID 3D 12 device. There we go. Let's say device, and I'm just going to keep a reference to that in here as well. Equals device. There we go. That's perfect. Both failed is haven't given us grief. So include graphics, DirectX 12, utilities, create command objects, create fence. Boom, 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 boom. Voila. Right, okay. Command manager's done. Let's come back into here. We need to initialize this with m_device.get. Initialize on that device. We could have put it there. We could have put it there. Is it important? I kind of feel better if it goes there, to be honest. No reason whatsoever, just to make me feel better, and I won't need to refactor it later. For anyone who doesn't like the fact that I'm refactoring right now. There we go, get rid of that. This here, so I can see it a little bit easier and nicer. Initialize shouldn't have that in there. Initialize that there. I'll leave that one. Boom. Do we have any errors in here at all? No, we don't. What do we have? To create descriptor heaps. Is there any specific reason to have these here? Anyway, maybe refactoring can go slightly too far. Right, okay, I'm just going to look at our render window. How many errors do we have in here now? Command Q failed. Right, okay, so let's again do the same in here. Our swap chain. This is in my .h file. And then I can go m_ swap chain. Exactly the same thing as we did in here. Swap chain m_ swap chain initialize. Put a link to our swap chain in here. There was guns on the moon. Oh no, there was guns in space. If you'd like to see the guns in space, I've already put it once on the stream, but I can put it up again for you, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, I've still got it open. How are you doing today? How is Claw Quest? Have you made any advances on that? Got anything I could show off? Right, okay, so where were we? What we got? Distracted by Claw Quest. No advances on Claw Quest. Oh, okay, well, we all have our moment. I believe in your ability for greatness. Shooting range and Diddy game. This is your Escape Diddy's Mansion game that you're building, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, I have actually seen the some clips of the Escape Diddy's Mansion game, and it is quite good, I must say. Right, okay, so we create our swap chain like so. This is why I was asking earlier, do we need our create RTB heaps in the other folder? I will check in a moment to see what I've done in my other engine. Graphics. I think I'm doing pretty well from doing all of this without actually having to copy and paste anything over at the moment. I would love to say that I will show a clip of the Diddy game, but I'm not sure that would be appropriate for all ages. So put the link to your channel on the in the Discord, and I'm sure everyone will be more than happy to check it out. Right, what do we need in here? So frame count. We need frame count. Render window. Frame count. Where are we keeping that? It's got to be in here. Frame count. No, exactly. Anything with the name Diddy in it's probably not the most friendly family thing at the moment. We're gonna get. I mean, you might even just get this this stream demonetized just because you because we're saying the word. I don't know how strict YouTube is these days. Frame count in swap chain. Boom. Done. Let us. Yeah, let's just do this manually. So let's say int width. Int width. What is this? Show me what you want. Uint. Uint width. Uint height. And then we can just go width. Height. Let's put these in our .h files. Boom. Both failed is missing, so let's put our utilities files in here. Graphics, DirectX 12. Utilities.h. No, that's not what it's called, is it? It's called DX Utilities 12. Yes, it is. Factory flags. We were creating those in here. We were being really good and creating that at the beginning, but it doesn't really need to be done. So let's have a look. What do we need? Normal factory flags or any factory flags, isn't it? So let's say if def debug and if and that's for lowercase f, and just put that in the right place. Okay, let's come back to here. Let's say what is our factory flags? It's just a uint. It starts with 0, so it's not too bad. What do we want? Swap chain. Uint factory flags equals that. It goes to that. Goes to factory flags. And we don't need to initialize it ahead of time. Okay, what have we got here? So, Command Q. I think this is going to be the time where we're going to see the benefit of having these accesses. Right, okay, let's come back into Command Manager. I want one of these. Let's go public. IDI3 Command Q. Q. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to make this into a singleton. So, private command manager m_instance. Let's make that static. Put that there. m_instance equals this. There we go. We only have one command manager. People have been saying to me from the beginning, why don't I make everything static? And I don't generally like to do it, but I don't think there's any problem with the command manager. Q. Build this. Return m_instance dot command.q dot get. And that way we can get the pointer inside straight away. Which means then I can come up here and I can say include graphics DirectX 12 command manager and say I want, never mind, command manager Q. Boom. And we have got that here. I'm needing more and more from our main window that we're using. So I think there's only one thing to do, and let's put a, not in here, let's go to our core. That's our engine. We've already got this in here. Engine is already an instance, so let's put a window. Again, let's make this one static. Return instance dot M window. Comes from our swap chain. Let's assume now if you're making with multiple windows, then obviously you'd want to change this, but I'm not, so let's go auto window equals, and let's just put a link to our engine in here. Include core engine. Let's just grab my glasses as I'm finding it hard to see the screen. It's better. Add that engine instance. Oh no, we didn't need that. We just need window. There we go. And we can go window dot width. Can we do that? Yeah. No. No, our main window is... I'm going to keep that access to a window right there, but our main window is... Our render window is our main window at the same time. So if I was just to say class render window... No, not there, because it's not in DirectX 12. Namespace graphics class render window. And then store in here a reference to our window. Graphics render window. M underscore window. And then I can put this through the constructor. There we go, and then we can just say M underscore window is equal to window. So make sure we add the render window in. Boom. And then we can say M underscore window width. There we go. And now we've got a reference, and I don't have to keep on passing it over every time. So, M under height? No, that's not right. M under window. Height. That was not me. M under window. M under window? Oh yeah, underscore window. M underscore window. You ever get that thing where you just talk, but you don't really know what you're saying? Okay, what do we got? Non-static must be referenced to a specific point. Is this non-static? Ah, yeah, this is non-static. Static. Static, perfect. Okay, that you don't recognize swap chain because we haven't got it in there. We've got it in our render window still. What are we going to need from here? Swap chain, friend index, render that one. Most of the time. What are we referencing? There's generally a delay on the stream from the chat, so if you're responding to something I've said live, then it's probably a couple of minutes ago. Ah, these will do for now. Ah, yes. Yes, I think most of us talk without knowing what we're saying. I think anyone who is a influencer or a streamer like this does it for a living. So, connoisseur of chitin chat. You can't do me for swearing. There was no swearing on there. Cussing, cursing, however you want to hear it. Right. Okay. What are we doing? See, this is the problem with doing things live. I think that's it, isn't it? That's got our cots games and we created our swap chain, and we're live. So let's go back to our engine. Not our engine. Reported for swearing. There was no swearing in there. Cussing, cursing, whichever one you prefer. Okay, so we don't need this. That's for sure. We need... What do we need? We need this, don't we? There we go. This one is create swap chain. Boom! There we go. You can go away. Show, create swap chain. A direct allocator is not there, but our command manager should be there, shouldn't it? There we go. Device, command manager. Flush command queue. Yeah, see this is the type of thing that I wanted to just be able to offset. Flush command manager. Blush. Better done. If you know, you know. So today, as well as coding a lot, not today, this week, sorry, as well as coding a lot, I have also painted up some of my Warhammer Blood Angels army and started on my new desk. So who says men can't multitask, eh? Been a productive week. Right, Commander Manager _ Flush. That's cool. Let's come here. No render. Here. Here. Okay, so instead of flush command queue, which shouldn't still be there, we need to get rid of that. Go away. Okay, swap chain shouldn't be there either. Okay, so instead of doing that, we now go m _ command manager dot flush. Incomplete type. Include graphics. DirectX 12. Command manager. Flush. Perfect. Okay. So I think what we can do is every time right, okay, so this is the command I want, and I want these two grouped together. Let's put another one in here, and we're going to call this one reset. We're going to do that. M Clerk Manager equals reset. Okay, this is all pretty stuff that we are going to need in our swap chain. So let's, what are we on here? We want swap chain reset. Don't have that in there yet, but let's make that now. Void reset. We'll rename this, and I'm just going to rename this for the entire to device 11. Boom. Okay, which means we also need a link to it. Where did we keep that? We've kept that in here in our render window, but I think I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move this, this, and this back one. Put it in here. And that means I can keep all my devices in one place. Did I make an accessor for device? I didn't, but okay. Make some accessors. So I want an ID3 D12 what? It's right here. Don't need to look at it. What is this? This one. Device 11. Yeah, and we're going to say, is this one? This one is also not instanced, so let's do that now. Static core underscore instance. Steal this. Amanda instance equals this. You can return m underscore instance device 11 dot get. No, that's this same one. M underscore device 11 dot get. Perfect. So then if we come into our swap chain, we're not including core, so let's include core. And we can say core device 11. No, we can't. Non-static. Static. Render window, render window. Reset is fine. No errors there. Come back to render window. Get rid of all this. Interesting. M underscore swap chain reset. Oh, yeah, done that one already. Just reset, 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 reset. I'm going to leave that one there for right now. Let's do the actual resize function. So failed. M underscore window. And underscore window height, and there we go. We've got resize. Window. Let's move this over to here, so we always know which one we're working on. Just realised I've probably gone a bit quiet. Apologise for that. Underscore swap chain. Resize. Okay, this is all creating our Direct 10 devices. So let's put a background message on here. Yeah. Void create device 2D. Into here, see what I can take from in here. Can I grab all of this? This one is a special one that we need, so let's just put this over here and let's go void queue address. That's not how you spell address. Is it how you spell address? I'm having a moment. AD, yeah, it is how you spell address. Again, I could do with one of those moments. Does anyone have those moments where they completely forget how to spell basic words? Return. Obviously, I can't be returning void. It needs to be ID 3D. Doing this from memory. ID 3D 12. Command U. Pointer. Pointer. Queue address. All gravy. Queue address. No issues there, no issues there. Where were we? We were in here. Under command. Manager. Queue address. Boom. There we go. M device. Bitmap properties. No, this one I don't want in here. This one I don't want in here. Let's keep this one out of here. Let's go back to our render window. What did we want? What did we just do? Create device 2D. I put that back here. We are going to need a new factory 2D, but I think I can just create a new one and use it. I don't really mind about creating multiple factories and just getting rid of them instead of keeping one consecutive one along the way. I think one thing I am going to do is I'm just going to take a moment to myself. We've been on on live for about an hour now, so I'm just going to go get a drink and I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I'm back. Let's have a look at this. What do we need to do here? We need to create our window targets, which is going to be a swap chain issue, isn't it? So let's have a look. Void create render targets. M_ swap chain. Create render targets. Copy and paste all of this into here. Yeah, see, this is why I thought earlier. This is why I thought earlier. Right, okay, so where are we at? Let's have a look at this. So, factory. We need to create a new factory. That was okay, because we were going to just do that in a moment anyway. Create factories there. Don't need anything fancy for that, so should just be able to go straight and do it here. Doesn't like factory 2D options. Again, let's just take that from up here. If def debug and if factory options 2D, let's grab those from here. I might need to change the name of this video to refactoring instead of working on the actual renderer, but I think I can go on for quite a while yet. So let's see how much we can actually get done tonight. Right, what did we want? We want DX core. We want that. We want that in our swap chain. We want that there. We want to change that to a lowercase. Factory options, factory options, factory options. Boom. Which means our bitmap properties there, we can take out of our render window. Boom. We can put those in our swap chain. I don't think we're ever going to need those again. Mainly just used for going through M device we need. M device context 2D. Let's put another one in here and we'll call it create descriptor heaps. Grab everything out of here, apart from the bottom one. I don't think I'm going to bother right now in actually one moment. This music's rather loud. I don't think I'm going to bother putting through the device through here because, as we can see from in here, I need quite a lot of these. So I'm probably just going to make accesses for all of them and be done with it. Let's grab that one there, though. That we want. There you go. There's our RTV. There's our DSV. We need the device. Device, return, device, come to here, core device, boom, core device. Right, anyone who is a half decent coder is going to shout at me for that. So let's just go. Auto device equals device, and then we can just say device device and device. Sonic the Hedgehog. Advert just came on for the new Sonic film. Definitely a Sega man over a Nintendo. What are people's preference? Sega, Xbox, and PC Master Race, I think, are my preferences. Anyone disagree with my assessment? Go to script heap. Where are we going to do that? Where are we going to do that? Let's just... boom, boom, boom. Right, that's done at the beginning, so we don't need to worry about that. Create render targets is here. This one is going to be our device. No? No? Is that a different? Yep, that's a different function. Soldier Boys console. What is that? Is that from the boys? Or is that? Oh, am I getting toy soldiers? Flashbacks. Device. Well, I wanted device a moment ago, didn't we? We had a problem with device. Oh, it's because I changed it already. It's fine. Device 11. That one I could probably just take straight from core. Anyone wondering why I'm making a difference? General rule of thumb: if you're going to do it once, do it direct. If you're not going to do it, if you're going to use it multiple times, then make a linker so you don't have to keep on drawing it. Map render targets is fine. What am I missing? Device context 2D. So we need here. We're going to need all of these, aren't we? So let's just do it quickly now and just put all of our accessors. Sorry, person from the advert from Canada. I don't really care about your life story right now. Let's just say context 2D. Not to say I don't care about people's lives in general. Absolutely do. Just not right now while we're on a stream. Yeah, I don't have an RTX card either, Adam. But I mean, yeah, you referring to some of the stuff you see on like 1 minute papers. So yeah, some of the things that you can do these days are absolutely amazing. But I've just spent like 300 hours getting a game engine underground, and I'm still on the basic level. So definitely think this is an advanced topic. And underscore device context 11 dot get device context 2D. Come into here. So core context 2D. Boom. Voila, voila, voila. We are running there. Yeah. In general, Adam, I was saying, are we discussing the? There's a YouTube channel called 1 Minute Papers, I think, and he does a lot of the new. Anytime NVIDIA brings out a new upgrade or someone wants to showcase something, he shows what's possible on it. And yeah, some of the things that are amazing. Swap chain, create render targets. We're there. No, not you. No, I've got adverts playing in the background, and it was one of these these adverts that tells you about how someone is unfortunately not having the best of times in life, and it was going on way too long, so I just had to get rid of it before I get sucked into the world of people's troublesome lives. What am I doing? I am now creating our depth sensor. I think once I've done all of this, it's going to be much nicer and easier to read as well. I actually have family in Canada. My granddad lives in Canada. So let's not be too mean to the Canadians. But are we saying that anyone with troublesome lives we should just put them all in Canada, yeah? Doing that thing again, aren't we, device? I still don't have an RTX card. I'm still running on a really old graphics card. So I'm like the demo that I did recently of the Thousand Moons bouncing around. I was quite impressed with that because there was no optimization at all. It's a really old graphics card, and all of them were updating like to the graphics card and quite well. And I didn't get an FPS count, but just goes to show what you really can push out of a old piece of tech. This is the command list we need right now, so let's put a linker in there for that one as well. It may be that we need to create different types of allocators and things at a later stage, and I will deal with that when it comes to it, but right now I know I don't need to, so if graphics command list. My graphics card is a little bit behind the 1660, I must admit. But the actual my computer's core coming up to 8, 9, 10 years old now, and and it's never been upgraded much. But it does have a very powerful i7 in it, 32 gigs of RAM, and it was built like a powerhouse when I built it, so it's never needed to be upgraded. Especially when the main thing you're showing on a screen is text because you're coding a lot. There you go, command manager list. Yeah, I mean the amount of times that I said I need to upgrade my PC is if I had a pound or a euro or $1 for every time I said it, I would have had the new computer. Oh no. This one was a powerhouse, as I say. It had the best processor on the market available at the time. It had a tough motherboard. It's got a huge case, so it's not water cooled, but the air cooling in it is extreme. And the case takes up an entire table on its own. So with pretty lights and all decorated, because that's one of the things they do is they customize PC cases. So yeah, so my baby, and it also has a statue of Athena, which I bought back from the Parthenon in Athens, that's sat there for about 10 years, and it is my temple. Maybe that's the problem though. Maybe mine's so old that it just works. Maybe if I was to get a new PC, it wouldn't work. It would break. Yeah, I think I paid about 2,000 for it when I bought it about 10 years ago. And as I say, I never got the best of graphics card. It was only a 960, just because I didn't think that was my main priority. But about 2,000. But if I wanted to replicate the same computer again now, it would cost me an absolute fortune. We're talking about many thousands. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Create render targets. _swap chain. What are we doing? Create depth stencil. Once we've done this, I'm going to go back and we're going to have a look at this. I'm going to see how much easier and nicer it is. Probably going to keep all our viewport and everything in there as well. Right, okay, so execute. Yeah, this one, execute. So it's m_command manager dot execute. That's worth a try. No, I don't want it in there. I want it in here. Void execute. By original trade, I am more of an artist than or from originally. I mean, I studied 3D animation and design and art. So my mindset is I constantly want to be wanting a new setup. I constantly be wanting a new computer. I constantly wanting to be doing something crazy, custom casing it, or I'm in the process of making a custom desk because I found a really nice piece of wood for a desktop. I've already got a nice enough desk, but the top's done, so I've just got a new piece of wood. I'm looking for materials to do that. It's just constant projects. Not enough coding though. Not enough coding in. Execute. I have been live for about an hour and a half now, an hour and 20. I didn't start till a little bit late today. And I definitely think you can tell the difference between the speed of the coding at the beginning of the video to later on. But as I say, I was a bit disappointed by last week's video. I don't feel that we got as much done as we should have done. So I'm going to keep pushing through tonight. Now, I think it's already always worrying when you've changed around so much. You have broken everything. And you haven't tested it, but I'm quite confident this is going to work once we've finished this. So, viewport, again, let's put this in. Does it make a difference? Do we need anything? Do we need anything to make it? No, we don't need. So I think it's fair. We can keep our viewport and our SysWX inside our actual window itself. But I do want to create a function for that. So let's go. Yeah, create. What is it? Viewport. And ick. Let's just go create viewport, and we're just going to lie and say that we do both of them in the same there. Void create viewport. Give me access to that. Again, it says viewport. We're going to put SizzleX in there as well, just because I want to, and I don't have to create two functions for both of them. Create viewport. This is horrible and dangerous. This is. Let's get rid of that. And put that in there. There we go. That way, and then we can grab that. You can just reset this as soon as we've used it. Yep, reset it as soon as we've used it. And then where do we actually generate it? This one. When do you... Oh, it's just right there anyway. So yeah, we use it. We create it. We create this text format. We use it. We destroy it. And that's... It's a bit wasteful to be destroying this. To be getting rid of, to be creating this every single round, but we won't, every single frame, but we won't do that in the future, so voila, c'est fini. Right, okay, I'm still going to keep that error message there. Okay, so as I said, by doing this, I think it gives us a lot more information on what is going on. We are resetting. Flush the command queue. Reset the command manager. Reset the swap chain. Reset all of these. Resize the swap chain. Create two devices. Create a render targets. Create a depth sensor. Execute what's just happened. Flush. And create viewport. I kind of want that one there. I don't know if it's going to cause us any problems. Just remember that one for later if for any reason it doesn't render. And I think that's a much nicer looking reset command. Let me know what you think, guys. Just going to say it again, for anyone who has not done so already, please like the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and join us on our Discord. I also have a Patreon. I'm not pushing it, but if you want to go and check it out, I'm sure you can find it on the channel as well. Let's have a look. So, load scene. I don't think we need to load the scene to make this work, so let's just get rid of that right now. We will reset in the direct allocator, which I think was causing a crash at the beginning. Hey Amelin, how we doing? It's good to see you. How are we doing? What are you working on? How was your week been? Anything in here? Let's just change this to current document. So anything that should be that should now be m_command manager .list. In my other engine, I just named it command, and then it was command .list. Let me know what you think about that naming convention, or if I should actually call it command manager. That works. That works. No, that doesn't work. Ich. Let's go. .list. No, it's a pointer, so pointer list. I thought you solved that problem. I thought you came to us yesterday and said you'd solved that problem. That is a problem between memory sharing between DLLs that we were discussing on the Discord channel yesterday for scripting. Thought you solved that problem. I've been having a problem with transferring arrays through constant buffers to the graphics card today. Nothing I wanted to do was allow me to do it. I ended up having to jank it. It works, and that gun it works, but yeah. What the things we go through, eh? But I'm really quite happy with the demos that I've been able to put out. I think when you can see something working, it just gives you a lot more motivation. Right, okay, so as we said before, we can now go m_command manager.reset. some point, we might want to actually put in this variable as well. But for now, we don't need to. So, boom. This is a so this is another one that we need to fit in. Let's go to our command chain. Void transition. We're going to need entry functions for this, aren't we? Transition. Just grab those there. Not even that bothered. They can stay there like that. Not like that. Oh, go on. Why am I being bad? Done. Can't be bad if I try. Transition, and then this one is what? Going to be P resource. P resource. It's going to be state before. And state after. There we go. And we have a transition command. Just drop that down there, put that up there. Where were we? We were in render window. And this should now be m_command manager transition. Huh, interesting. So, let me have a quick look to see what I did in the other engine to fix this problem, because that seems like way too much linking to me. What I did, I went into here. That's a render 3D. I put that there. And then if I put that there, I can drop all this together into one function. Have a look at what that function looks like. Yeah, absolutely. Let's just grab all of this. Go into our swap chain. And go void clear screen. Boom, 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 boom. Don't like the fact that all of these are static, to be honest. Still works though, I suppose. Not like I'm actually going to need to use it multiple times, and there we go. I must admit that does look a bit nicer as well. That is weird. Why is that not in our main include file? Colors, DirectX colors. There we go. Just make sure that that's available from everywhere. You're all good there. Transitioning, getting the render target, clearing our screen, setting render targets. Boom. Getting rid of these two because I'm trying to ignore those two for right now. Horrible command, isn't it? Void render window. Set viewports. You already have that one. What was the other one called? Create. No, the other one was create viewport, wasn't it? Yeah, create viewport. So this one's set viewport. Set viewport. No. Viewport. Set viewport. Set viewport, clear screen. This is command manager. Ick. Ah. Yeah, that's working. Command manager list. Right, M underscore command manager list. There you go. Because we're obviously in our render window, and that is the owner of the command manager. Command manager dot list. Back on that in a moment. Where are we? So, render. Set viewport. Clear screen. Excellent. That's a very simple render command. This one, let's have a look here. What did we say? M underscore command manager execute. Boom. You can go away. You can go away because we are. Reset the command list. Render 3D. Execute the command list. Render the UI. Swap chain. Present. Void. Present. Preset. Present. I have been typing all day for work, all day for myself, and now I'm typing as well. I think early onset arthritis may well be a thing. Present. We have present. Okay, present. Clear screen. Aren't these all pretty? If I was making this again, I think I would go and put a lot more care and attention onto how all these are looking, organized, named, etc, etc. But I do, again, think it just gives us a really good idea of how a swap chain works. We need to create it, reset it, resize it, clear it, and present it. So just doing all of this little refactor gives us a lot more understanding on what's going on. We want M under swap chain. Present. And then this one is obviously our command manager, and this one is going to flush. Okay. Render 3D is looking extremely bare at the moment, but we will get to that. I am going to take all of this, and I am going to go over to my swap chain again. And I'm going to go void start draw. Create. So all of this in here. We need our core device 11. Core context 2D, core context 2D. Start draw. And underscore swap chain. Start draw. Do all our drawing stuff, do all our drawing stuff. That's part of our drawing stuff. This here can be part of our end drawer. Void end drawer. Device contacts 2D. Device contacts 11, but that's fine. And device 11. We could call that start drawer 2D or end drawer 2D, but I'm just going to keep it as... Yeah, I'm just going to keep it there now. Underscore swap chain. End drawer. You can just go away because we are actually a window, so we can just go with. Height. Again, I think it's probably we can get away with resetting the brush every round if we wanted to, but you don't even need to reset this. This is bad, cool, but it's just to make something work for now. Let's put a little bit. Stand in Wender UI code. There we go. Right, okay, so that one's marked. Start, end. Perfect. Resize, update, shut down. That's it, isn't it? That works. I mean, it worked when we started, so we're not expecting anything revolutionary here. Or it didn't work because we weren't resetting the load scene function correctly, but in general, I believe now if we press play, it should now work, and it's all looking a lot nicer and prettier, and boom, load scene, create cube, constant buffer heap. Yeah. Right, okay, let's have a look. Frame count identified. Ah, well, this one doesn't need to be in there anymore, does it? So that's fine. You can go away, you can go away, you can go away. Every time we reset our command chain, swap chain, we need to reset all of our 2D device features, which is why I don't just run it once at the beginning and then leave it. But this is all in here. I'm guessing we probably don't need any of this now. Oh, maybe we do, because I put that in there. Device. That probably doesn't need to go in there either. It's not needed. It's a good sign though. It's I think if it wasn't going to compile by this point, I would have known about it. So let's have a look, see if this is working. Boom! This is indeed working. Does it resize? Yeah, it resizes. It's exactly the same as before. So much so that I am confident that we probably don't need our reset message in there anymore. That can go away. Let's keep that. That can go away. You can go away. Our swap chain, I don't think we're going to need our swap chain for anything more. I don't think we're going to need our DX core for anything more. May need our command manager, so I'll leave that there. Okay, once again, I am going to take another 10-minute break, and then we are going to move on to actually see if we can get something displayed on the screen. So I will be back with everyone in a moment. If anyone is going to bed now, then have a wonderful evening, and I will carry on, even if I'm on my own, to actually get some progress on this engine. So give me 10 minutes. Right, okay, so let's get on with this. What do we need to do? What do we need to do to go forward? Let's start real simple. Real simple, he says. I obviously have the engine that I have just built. I have the engine I've just built and the engine and a basic engine in front of me. So trying to figure out where in between those two I want to leave it is right. Okay, let's have a look quickly. So let's come back to our reset. Is good. It's done. Initialize is also good, and it's done, and we know it works. Don't need anything in our constructor right now. Why have we got a plate through there? Let's do a little bit of cleanup, just so exactly we know what's going on. Set viewport can be over here with create viewport. Load scene is correct there. Create constant buffer heaps is probably correct as well. Load scene, unload scene, render, render 3D, render UI, resize, but resize, let's put all of these up here with initialize. Doing all of this now is just going to help me when I'm building so that I know where everything is and we don't waste half the time for me finding everything. So, initialize, update, shut down, resize, reset, create ball ports, set viewport, load scene, unload scene. Right, okay, so let's have a look. What do we need here? What do we need from here? First thing we need to do is we need to reset the command list. So command manager dot reset. If we are making changes here, we are going to need, if we're resetting it once, we are going to need to execute and flush. So execute, execute, and command manager dot flush. Okay, so let's have a look. What else do we need to do in here? We need to do load textures. Load materials. Load shaders. Build. Create geometry. Then we want to build our SRV heap. Build SRV heaps. Build our root signature. I don't like the word build, I prefer... I suppose it can... that one's definitely create, this one can be build. Build our pipeline states. And build our frame resources. Okay, one step at a time. Let's work on our load textures function. Before we do that, let's just make sure I have reset the command manager and I have executed and flushed, but let's just make sure that it's still going to work. Because I should be calling this somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where. I don't remember where. I think it was on the update if it's not built. Build. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe. Am I not using it anywhere? Must be using it somewhere. Ah, yeah. So in here we initialize our application, then we load our scene. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense completely. And in application, we have our scene class. Okay, so what are we going to need? Let's come down to here and let's add ourselves a new folder, and we're going to call this resources. No, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Don't save those. I want a folder, please. Add new folder. Resources. Let's start by adding ourselves a file in here, and let's call it texture. Texture. Namespace FR because it's in our core folder. I'm not going to give it a subname of resources. Just keep it as ether texture. What do we need this to be? So let's have a look down here. So from this one, for this start example, I'm going to work from Frank Luna's work, and then I'll see how we can update that. Okay. So what do we need? Let's have a look. Let's bring over here and let's have a look at our texture files. Let's get rid of anything that says name and put it as W string. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. What else did I have in here? Anything that is important? So I also added an ID. I added the file dimension. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then the resource and the upload heap. That's perfect. So, and I'm just going to put a quick constructor here. Texture takes a name, file name. I don't know why this is all like this. It just wants me to put everything as... Oh yeah, that's good, but I think I just accidentally reset my... There we go. Texture is set out here. File name is... File name. Right, okay, so we're going to say that every time we are... No, that's silly, that is. We can do that in a different location. Right, okay, so every time we create a texture, we are adding in the name, the file name, and the dimension. However, we're hard setting the dimension to be a texture 2D. That basically means a picture instead of like a cube texture, or other types of textures. 3D, texture 3D, they exist. Okay, so we have done that, and we need to now load some textures, don't we? Let's have a look. That didn't work, did it? Boy, load textures. That's better. Load textures, load textures. Perfect. So let's have a look. See what Frank's done, and let's see how I can improve it. Hello Frank, what have you done? I can't even find anything on your code. Here we go. What does his load textures look like? Yeah. Let's go into our scene and let's create a list of these textures that we have just created, because I think it's much better if we were to do everything from in here. So we are going to, first of all, we're going to go, oh no, namespace ether is fine, so we can just go standard list, standard list, vector, unordered map. What are we thinking? Let's have a look, see what I did it on originally. I think they're in unordered maps, but you wouldn't believe the problems I have with containers. I don't even like list. Yeah, I've got this one in the list. If anyone's in the chat, what would you suggest I store things in here? I'd like an integer based. Let's try vector. I have vector. I have vector. So what's the last question, Melon? Am I building this for a hobby, or am I building it for a job? Is that the question? I mean, I work as a specialist in a digital marketing company. Nowhere near enough coding, but it pays the bills. So no, I would love to be. I would love to be working in a games company. If anyone from Ubisoft is watching, please, please. I have problems with unordered map. You try and call the data later, and it comes back in whatever order it wants, and yeah. Yeah, quite literally that. It comes back in whatever order it wants, which means when I'm passing things around, everything gets jumbled, unfortunately. I'm sure I could write let's do it here, and let's go Ewins, and let's call this one an ether texture. Don't need to try ether because it's already in ether, and this is obviously going to be our texture map. Okay. Okay. Got a few assessors for that. I've already got this written, so it really seems very silly to rewrite the wheel here. Let's have a look. Oh, well, we'd probably better do that anyway, so... How does one wish to do this? I'm going to put it in the list. I'm going to put it in the list. It's right in front of me. And I will fix the problems later. List. And I'm just going to grab all of these and fix it in a moment. Texture map up there. Add texture. You can go away. I honestly didn't write this. This was one of those moments where I said, I've got texture map. Give me ChatGPT. Give me add, remove, get, iterate, over. Public. Because honestly, what are you why are you going to sit there and write every single function of these silly functions when you've got ChatGPT sat there? But as I'm doing this live, you can see that I didn't even look at them at all from in the one I was working from. But as we are doing this live, I will be good and I will do them properly. Ish. Aha, that's because we haven't actually added in texture. Makes perfect sense. Cool. Tell us about your how you feel about ChatGPT, ClawQuest. Are you getting on with it? Texture. Cool. Resources. Texture. No issues. Perfect. Texture ID. Okay. Ah, texture's down there. Hey, Jackie, how we doing? This is a late one tonight. I'm just charging on forward. Alright, okay, let's put a flag in our scene to say that our scene is dirty. All is dirty equals true. Let's make this a private variable, isn't it? So let's put some... There we go. I know this is completely pointless and people may be screaming at me right now, but I didn't like that there, so I'm going to just... There we go, we've got two namespaces. That one's just define texture. Ether, scene. Name is dirty. Name, return name. What on earth would that be there? Scene, name. Again, why on earth would that be there? Add texture. Did we get add texture working? Is this working? Ick. I'm trying, yeah. I mean, I was really feeling quite ill before I started the stream, and I was like, oh no, I really can't. Should I call it off? But no, I'm glad I stuck it through. I made sure I got live. Made some serious decisions on how I wanted to move forward, and yeah, I'm here. And I think by the end of the night, we should have something that looks good. So. Right, okay. If no texture, return false. If the texture's already there, don't add it. I'm not sure what this one's doing, to be honest. Thanks, ChatGPT. Anyway, long story short, we're adding this to the buddy list, and we're marking the scene as dirty because we've done it already. Let's grab this. Remove texture should be just as easy and as boring. Always do that. If texture is crap, turn false. Delete texture. Do the whole fancy loopy thing. Although I haven't actually tried to remove this yet. So quite often, if you try and remove things in the middle of a loop, you have issues. So fingers crossed, not. That's pretty. It is what it is. Move a texture by pointer. Remove a texture by its name. Again, I've never actually used them. I just asked ChatGPT to give them to me. And it did a great job, and I hope they work. And if they don't, then I'll change them when I need them. Well, we've got a constitution. We can read it if we want to, but everything's going okay. Sorry, that was an American joke. I was just trying to quote Jim Jeffries there. Please don't take any happy Halloween. Happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow for all of our American friends out there. Just had one of our council members is American, and he has just told me that it's his favourite. It's his favourite holiday because he gets to eat lots and get fat. I might be paraphrasing that. I really am wasting a lot of time with all this. This is silly. Every time. Every time. You think, I mean, it's just on this stream that I've been doing it, but I've also been coding for like, what, over 15 years now, so you think I would have got it by now, wouldn't you? Right, okay, get texture, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay, so the point being here is that we have all of our texture functions in here. Why are you giving me grief? M_dirty is undefined. No, no. No. You're just lying to me, aren't you? Point being, we've got these. We've got our render window, or our renderer. So what we would really like to be able to doing is actually define what textures we want ahead of time in our scene, not directly in our renderer. So the reason I've done that is so that we can then go into, what have we got, model view scene? Is this what scene we're running on currently? It's the problem with accidentally hitting on entire solution. Current document. Please don't do that with like every single Windows function in the world, please. DX12, 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 DX12. Perfect. Go away, Visual Studio. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You're going to compile even when you're telling me there's problems. The bigger and bigger the engine gets, the longer it takes to compile. Which is why I actually got so many Warhammer models painted this week. Because it just takes so long to compile, I can pick up the paintbrush and intermittently do things. Right, okay, so we have this. Let's just check out engine, just to make sure we're definitely running on our... Load scene, add scene, M scene. M scene equals model view scene, one new scene. Okay. Where's this menu scene? Model view scene, model menu scene. Where is this to find? Oh, it's in the same window. Okay, it's in the same window. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was a great idea, but no. Model view scene. There we go. These, we've already proved these errors don't exist. This one does. Let's go type there. Model. No. Demo scene. Model view scene. Wrong way round. There we go. Type def model view scene is demo scene, and that way all we need to do if we want to change scenes is change this variable, and we don't need to change everything down below. And then we can just go demo scene. Scene equals demo scene. scene true, because that's the one I want to initialize. Demp scene. Maybe a demp scene, but we don't need a demp scene right now. We probably want an update function in there. Probably a shutdown as well, but for right now we just need it to work. And we just need it to in here. So, and as this is a scene, we should be able to go add scene. No. Add texture. Add texture. What do we have? I've got a moon texture. Moon soil. CM. Color map. And we're going to say we want this one in moon / mooncm.bds. New texture. Texture. Incomplete type. Include core resources texture. Add texture. Right, okay, so we've added this in here. Now we've added a texture. We should then be able to come back to our render window and say for auto current scene equals core and ether engine instance. Don't have access to the engine. We should have the access now. Okay. Include core engine. Application. Do I not have a... That's really bad, isn't it? Is that public? No, it shouldn't be public. Let's put that in here. Let's put another one here and go scene. Current scene. Okay, application, current scene. We could really make this class into a static class. Return M underscore current scene. Let's just do that quickly, and that way I don't need to go all the way through that every time, do I? Application static application M underscore instance. Grab that. Promise we're not going to make everything into a static, but it works for now. Did I just put that? No, that's not the one I wanted. What am I doing? Here. Application M instance equals this. And we could then say current scene is static. We just say M instance dot current scene. Perfect. Right, okay. Going on the idea that we can't start if we don't have an application, so it's always got to be there. That way we can come back to our scene. To our scene? Where were we? No, render window. Yeah, absolutely. So that way we can go into here, and instead of engine, we can just put application. Could also just put it in scene and just put scene current. That would probably be a lot better, wouldn't it? Yeah, I really like that idea. I think I'm going to do that right now. Let's come into scene. Put this in here and call this one static. Scene, current scene. What have we got? Add scene. And current scene. Oh no, I'm doubting myself. I'm doubting myself. Let's put it back. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need you. I might do it later on. But I've already done quite a lot and I'm already losing track of where I am, so let's... Application. There we go. Current scene equals other application dot scene. 4 auto. Auto texture in current scene. Textures. Okay, right, what are we going to do with this now? Let's have a look. What are we going to do with these textures? We want to then just basically just create that directly from the file. To do that, we are going to need, you can see that I just took this from my updated engine. Scene texture. Just so it matches in there. Do we also not have texture in here? So no, let's go in here. Possibly is a good idea, might just be to put a direct link in our scene class, but no, I don't want to do that. That's right. Okay, so we need a DDS texture loader. So let's grab that and borrow that one off of Frank. DDS texture loader. Let's have a look at this. Oh, this one apparently comes directly from Microsoft. It's not even from Frank. Did I put that in the wrong place? No, I didn't. And then we need to go into our utils. Just put a link in there to that. Include graphics, DirectX 12, DDS texture loader. That should do the job. Yeah, are we good? Do we have a problem? No? Good. Window. So it found. Come on. File name. Boom. Right. Okay. So this now is going to. Let's have a look at our scene class. Let's not have a look at our scene class. Let's never talk about this ever again. Let's have a look in our model view scene, which is our overloaded scene. And we are just loading it. We are adding a texture in here, which is going to make it dirty. And then I believe... What did I do before? We were in engine, weren't we? That's bad form. Load scene. No, don't do that. Let's come into our render window. Let's come to our update class. Let's grab that. Go to our update class. Not that one. Update class. Function, please. Update. Render. Okay, so if current scene. Okay. Scene. Bull is 30. Dirty meaning it needs updating. Basically, something's changed. We need to clean it. And then if nothing changes, it's not dirty. It's clean. So we don't need to do any actions on it. It is dirty. It's dirty. Load scene. There we go. So anytime that is done, we can just go there. So for example, if we add in an extra model, then we can automatically mark it as dirty. It will reload up the scene from scratch. Probably better done on the back end, but it will work. Right, okay, so this is basically functioning for loading textures, not for anything else, but for loading textures, this is functioning. So load scene, load textures. Create our textures and load them. Major deja vu at the moment. Why is that? Where are you? Application instance. Application. Static application m underscore instance. Application. I see the problem. Oh, build it again. And we will work on our editor at a later stage, but we have a lot to do on the back end engine before we can even think about an editor. Can't find this file name. Okay, that's good. That's fine. So let's find our. Let's go to Echoes of Eternity. We are. Is it? I believe. I hope it's expecting a folder in here called Assets, which should also have a folder in here called Textures. And let's go and see if I can find. There we go. Let's go to Stellar Drift. And let's just copy and paste my moon texture in here before. So moon, we've got the normal map and the color map and the normal map. Try that again. I know why this is. This is because when I took the texture name off earlier, I took off the part where we are meant to be accessing only from the textures folder. So asset, textures, plus this, no? There we go, that works. Try that one again. Good to get these little errors while we're only doing one or two things at a time. Meaning I haven't put everything else in, we're just worrying about loading textures at the moment. Just make sure all the file names are sorted. There we go, and wow. I don't think we ever tell the scene that it's not dirty, so I'm going to be rebuilding that for a lot of time. So let's find a way to do that. Full scene, mark clean. M underscore is dirty equals false. Void. Ah, we need to build this one. Go back to our window, and we say load scene. Let's take that. I find myself using this way too much. I should really maybe add it onto the save it when we load. Current scene dot mark clean. Gonna be a pointer. Just building it and running it just to make sure that we don't just continue. Yeah, we built it once, it's fine. Texture 0, texture value 0, moonsoil.cm. See if we can get that one a little bit better. Let's go wprintf building textures. People can tell me that they think it's better to use Coot or write your own log system. wprintf will work absolutely fine, but now I like it, it works. Building textures. Right, okay, so we want... Yeah, so let's get that one. What other details do we have? Resource upload heap. There's no other information that I might want, is there? ID, no, file name. We're going to be doing a lot in here, so having a good way to actually just read from the system and have all of this nicely set ahead of time is going to be a godsend. Building textures. Let's get rid of from there. No specific need for this. I mean, I want it to look pretty, but just trying to get it to look perfect. As much as I would like to get everything finished tonight, and that is what my original plan was, I'm thinking probably that might be a little bit overstretching it right now. But there's always tomorrow. I think I can probably get on tomorrow and finish it. And no, I said that last week. But last week I wasn't feeling it, and this week I really am. So, you spend so much time clicking away at code, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. And then eventually, at some point, something clicks. The program gets to a certain point where it's advanced enough that you start seeing things, and that's the moment you're waiting for. Right, okay, I'm going too far, Run that one more time. Alright, building textures, yeah, and we've got the ID, the name of the texture we're building, and the URL. Okay, cool. That is building done as well. So not only have we actually just built a long list of textures that we want to build, this create DDS texture from file is actually creating that in our resource and our upload heap. Yeah. So once we so that means that is now actually on file and loaded up, ready to go. So I am going to come back and I am going to have a look at some more, but I am going to take a 10-minute break before I move on to materials, because we're already at 2.5 hours on this stream. I want to keep going, but I need a moment. Thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, Discord, Patreon, all the good things, and tell us what you're working on. What are you working on at the moment? Right, let's get on with this. So, what do we got to do next? Let's have a look and load up our tech materials. No textures is there. Void, render window. Create that. No materials. Be nice to me, please. Thank you. Right, okay. How do we make tech? How do we make materials? What is a material, first of all? First thing we're going to need. I'm glad you like the beeps and the bops. That's why there's the delay. It's there's like about a 2-minute delay between here and between here and Earth. You will notice, though, unfortunately, that every so often there's a catastrophic discharge of all of the air in the room, and I have to hold my breath for a moment. It's what you get for having nice views. Right, you guys can quote Everest, but you're never going to have anything on Olympus Mons. Yeah, I'm just not sure I could go back to Earth these days. I just love the colour orange too much. All those neutral blues and greens. Hey, Anderson, how we doing? So we need a material class. What do we need in our material? Probably quite a few things. So, as standard, we're going to want an ID. We are going to want name. We want a place to... Why did I put all that in capitals? I'm going to want a place to store our diffuse texture name. We're going to not need the normals because I'm not going to do that tonight, but we will take our material index. Material buffer index, because obviously this is our ID. This is where we're storing on the actual on the GPU. XM floats. I've been streaming for quite a few. We're up to 15 minutes short of 3 hours at the moment, so my voice is not doing too wonderful. I apologise for that, but hopefully the code will do everything. It is hard. It is hard. It takes very many years of learning. I'm a lot better these days than I used to be, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean it is fun. It's frustrating. It's all of the things. I think it's more just a passion for me, and I'm gonna sound like one of those. For me, it's one of those things. But for me, I do think that games are one of the ultimate forms of artistic expression. I mean, it started off with the radio, then we started on silent films, then we moved on to the films. We have books, which obviously go through the imagination, and I think games specifically are the highest form of art, because you can not only see it from a set time perspective, you can interact with it, you can move around, you can see things in 3D world. So games, as in playing Pac-Man for 12 hours a day, I don't particularly think is a good idea. But games as a study, or graphics as a study, I do think is very important. DirectX. I'm pausing here because I don't... Thank you, Visual Studio. Do love Visual Studio when it decides to tell you there's errors and there's not. Diffuse albedo is basically base color. Let's just call it base color. Fresnel is an effect in which light reflects different depending on which angle it's facing you. So for example, if you've got a vase, or vase, because I'm English, then the light reflecting at the front of the vase will be quite directional, as in it will come to you, but the light on the edge of the vase is going to go off in a crazy pattern, and that's what your Fresnel effect is. It's basically glossiness. Let's add a float pool roughness. Could also be called specular. Specular 0.25. And really, we could call like the Fresnel metallicness. Metallic? No, it's called Fresnel. I think it does different things anyway. We need a way to know if this... Let's make a new variable. So, what do we want? How are we going to work on this? We want a global variable. Do I go... What have I got in here? What do I need? Let's add a utilities file in here, and let's add it in the utilities file. Need a way to know how many frame resourcing we are going to be calling at any one time. I'm glad you're learning, Anderson. That's a good thing. The videos aren't as complete as I would like them to be. I'm trying to just get back on my feet, rebuild an engine so that I can go back and do the more in-depth tutorials on how to use DirectX, and then probably move on to how to make a game engine from scratch. Because just to get these tutorials, just get these live streams up and running, I have spent a good 200-300 hours in front of my computer trying to do it. So I mean, I just don't think there's any way I could put all of that into short form videos and do it successfully. So it's going to have to be done extremely well and with care. Okay, that's external, and we're going to just grab that and we'll put that in our frame resources when we actually create that. Where are we? What are we doing? Materials. We're doing materials. Equals G underscore num frame resources. Right, okay. If we keep on going on like this, we are going to be here forever. So I'm going to copy and paste the last couple of bits across. This needs to be a DirectX 12. DirectX. I just go into utilities and say using namespace DirectX. Yeah, cool. So many files open now, it's becoming hard to figure out what's going on. DirectX 12 math. Do we not have math? I'm sure we have math. Do we not have math? Wow. Okay, class. Math 12. Oh, we really are being bad here. Let's put this one in there. Let's put this one up here. Cool. Right, okay, this is maths is a boring class. I'm not building it. This is going to be a copy-paste job. The entire class. It gives us maths things. You can find it on the... you can find it down below. You can find it in the repository, in the links down below. It's not my repository, but I'll give out the link as well. Whining? Whining? Winning? Whining? If it's whining, then I didn't think so. Maybe because my voice is my voice is going after nearly 3 hours of being live, coding and talking. Right, maths. Maths is maths. You can find it on the repository in the description below. Math. Let's include it though. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely moaning that. Have you seen this though? Like, I mean, this is only a couple of hours work. You should see the other one I've got. It's crazy trying to keep. I should close some more of these, shouldn't I? Really? What do we not need? We don't need scene. We don't need application. We definitely don't do that. Definitely don't need that. I don't think I need that now. No. I get it. It's nothing. It's nothing. But that doesn't. It doesn't mean it's easy to deal with. We could play this game. We could play this game all night. I can say, "Oh, well, I have twice as many files as that." And you can come back to and say, "Oh, well, I have twice as many files as that." But yeah, yeah, exactly. It just need to be organised. My OCD is gets to me sometimes. Don't need engine, material, model views. Don't need scene. Might need scene in a minute. There we go. Much better. Right, okay, what do we call this one? Diffuse texture? Diffuse texture name. Normal texture, we're not putting it in now. Overfuse. Diffuse albedo basically means base colour. Diffuse albedo. Why don't people talk in real language? Fresnel and roughness. And roughness I'm going to change to specular. Same thing, different answer. How does one spell Fresnel? When are your streams, Adam? Feel free to plug. This is me going and checking. Yeah, Fresnel is not a word. That was me going and checking on... Fresnel. I'm going really crazy on the idea that I spelled Fresnel wrong. And I had to go and check it up, look it up to make sure that I spelled it correctly. Specular. I'm going to be honest, I don't know which stream is your stream, if I've seen it, if I know it. I thought I knew most of them. I may be being an idiot, so find a way to get me a link and I will check it out. And if I already know it, then I apologise. We have a material class. It's not pretty. It's extremely messy at the moment. We need to go back into our scene. Now we have... It's Adam Rushford, under your channel, under your name. Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone is watching this now or after the fact, please go and check out Adam Rushford's stream and give him a big like on a video. Right, okay, so... Sorry, Adam, I'm not ignoring you. If I don't get on, then I'm never going to get on. We now need to be able to call our materials and create our materials in our scene. Going on the idea that I want to be able to create specific variables. I say variables like assets specifically for the each scene so that we can get rid of them. I could load up everything that we ever need in a game at the beginning, but obviously that wouldn't be good. So I am now trying to find those same annoying add and remove accesses that I talked about earlier, because I really don't want to have to write all of these down. Right, what do we need? Let's do this. Again, textures, materials. Ick. Well, I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to think about this. Stupid assessors really is not where we are at. Just wanted to make sure that in my original build I was using a list for the materials as well. Again, I challenge anyone to go and redo all of this code and tell me what is the best container to use for this, because I want to be able to name it all, or maybe I should just use a pattern where I'm just checking for the ID each time. But I mean, it does become rather confusing. Add the material is not a name. Oh yeah, okay, because we're building it in here, it's fine. Do this. Remember, when you do this, to take off these bits as well. Ta-da! See, I can learn. I think maybe this whole streaming thing. What do you think, Adam? The streaming thing is good for you because you try doubly hard to be good, and then you give yourself rules and things which forces you to learn. Get texture. Go away, textures. We don't want you. Materials. Underscore is dirty, because the same as if we when we added textures, we want to make sure that if we add a new one to the scene, we can reload the scene with the new information. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Let's just move on. Grab that. Come in here. It's going to tell me M is dirty is wrong. Grab that. M is dirty is wrong. Go away. I do want these in the CPP file. Yeah, not while I'm live though, Adam. I think these things are most definitely better talked about off stream. Otherwise, too much thinking stops working is one of my rules. Stop procrastinating and go and get on with it. Well, I mean, at the moment, I pretty much keep everything just in the engine, and this is the game, and then this is the engine. I don't separate the DLLs. This engine that I'm building right now is for personal. I want to, or I wanted to do it for you guys. More than this is the best thing you can do. It's only got one window. It will only ever have one window support. It only has one swap chain. I think it's probably always going to have It's not multi-threaded currently, although I'll probably work on that. It's definitely not multi-adapter supported, and I don't think I'm ever going to solve that. So, if see, I can't learn. If I come forward and make the full DirectX 12 series, then I may go into all of this details, but I don't think it's time on a stream. This is about having fun. This is about spending time with you guys. Does that answer your question, by the way? Was there a better answer that you required? You're just going to lie to me, aren't you? Incomplete type ether material is not allowed. Did we not put it in here? We put it in here. It's there. Material, ether. It's there. Is it because I didn't quantify it as a ether material? No, I didn't quantify that as... You're just doing that thing again, aren't you? Just doing that thing again where it tells me there's a problem, but there's not. Yeah, files, yeah. Do you mean these are my filters? If we look at this right now, it's going to be horrible because I obviously haven't updated this in ages. These are the actual files that I'm using. And right at the beginning, I dropped out the header files, and these are actually, and dropped all the header files into here and all the CPP. So anything I create automatically goes into this filter. Again, let me know if that answers your question. Right, okay, so I've just added all of these. I don't care about these functions. Add, remove, get materials. Okay, so let's go into our model view scene now, and we can make our first material. We can go add. No, we can't because we haven't put this in here. Material. We can go add material. New material. How do we want this to be? I have no idea. No idea at all. I'm glad you think so, Adam. I always find it slightly odd when people describe you. You're this. But okay, if that's what you think, I'll roll with it. Right, okay, so what do we actually need in here? Let's do this. Let's be good at this. What do we actually need? We need all this stuffs. Did I not fix that? Nothing wrong with being a little bit odd. And look, this one's a constant. This one's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. What do we need? We need name, dtext. We don't need ntext. But it's color, Fresnel, and specular. Right, okay. We are all unique and special in our own unique, special ways. Right, okay, so what we're going to... Well, first of all, we need to name the texture. So this one's going to be obviously just called moon soil. We need to tell it what texture we want to take in to make this. So we're going to start off with moon soil. I'm not going to show this off, but what it is, it's just basically a map of the moon that I took from its normal size and just scooched it down to be 4096, 4096 and threw it in a DDS. DirectX likes to use DDS formats. There is, you can use other formats, but generally it likes to be able to have the alpha channel. And it's handy, and it's also handy if you have used that alpha channel for things that are not meant to be used for the alpha channel. For example, specularity, metallicness, or ambient occlusion maps, and things like that. So yeah. What else do we need? We need our diffuse. We need a base color. So that is going to be a DirectX XM float 4. Float 4 because we need, again, an alpha channel. Moon soil, what color is it? It's about 0.75 all over, isn't it? 0.75. Right, that should be a light grey. This goes 0 to 1. So it's 255 divided by, or 1 divided by 2.55. No, I'm not a computer scientist. I'm just a mad geek with a passion for 3D virtual environments. What is it? Polynomial autodidact polyglot. Fresnel. It should probably be low because we are. The moon texture should not shine. This one should be a 3, shouldn't it? Float 3. And then specular, we can just put that at 0.9. Okay, so we've added a texture. And we've added a material. With material, I do like to just drop it down. I suppose we could do that for all of them, but... There we go. Am I going to go obsessive? Yeah, let's go obsessive. Why not, eh? It makes it easier for you guys to see. So we've created a texture. We've created a material. Where was I before? Let's have a look. What else can we throw in here? This is one from Frank's texture pack. What did I grab? Bricks. Let's just grab another one in here. Do the same. I say it's one from Frank's texture pack. I do think I renamed it just to match my naming conventions. There we go. So again, if we look in this folder, we're going to find assets, textures. I set it specifically so we are expecting all textures to be found in the textures folder. That it's up to you how you want to do it, and I do intend to later be able to make this all loadable from JSON. But I'm always going to still keep on that idea that all textures go in the texture folder, all models go in the models folder, all data goes in the data folder. Just because that's my preference, but it doesn't have to be like that, obviously. Okay, we've got add textures, we've got add materials. And I think what we're going to do is probably, once I've got materials loading up, I'm probably going to leave it for tonight because we are well getting close to 1 o'clock in the morning here in Barcelona. And I have been going on for over 3 hours. So I think that's enough for tonight. I think I've done my work for tonight at least. Maybe we'll go back tomorrow. I'd like to think we'll be back tomorrow. If you'd like to know if we're going to be back tomorrow, I generally put up a message on the forums and pre-schedule it a little bit early. But if you're not already subscribed to the Discord, please make sure to subscribe. Like the subscribe button. Discord, Patreon. I'm going to stop saying Patreon because it just feels cheap. I've got it, it's out there. But I feel like I'm English. I feel like anyone who is asking for Patreon is like begging for money. Okay, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna copy and paste this over. I think it roughly works. Let's have a look. Current scene. We had current scene, and we used that in our low textures. Let's come up here. Au revoir, Alvida say. Good night, Adam. What do we want? I want to take a scene. Scene. It's going to be an ether scene. And I'm going to call it loaded scene. This is just so I don't have to keep on getting this reference every time I do this. And then when we load the scene, I can just say underscore loaded scene equals our big thing from the here. Well, I don't know, Adam. I don't know. I think it'd be better if I can figure out how to get all the pretty screens on front of me so I can I can be a begging dog just in text form. Right, okay. So what did we want? So current scene. Current scene is what we've got here. Boom. Underscore loaded scene. Right, okay, so when we come into here, we're going to load our materials. We are going to print out loading materials, and we are going to iterate over our materials. We need to tell the system exactly which heap descriptor that goes into it, and I'm just going to iterate and add a new one for every material we add. Okay. Yeah, this here, it needs right. Okay, so this is the constant buffer index. We need to know exactly which constant buffer for our map we've got in here. This one here is the ID for our diffuse tech. This is the ID for our normal map. We don't need a normal map, so let's get rid of that. This is underscore loaded texture, loaded scene. Sorry guys, getting way too tired for this, and I am losing track of time. So right, it's okay. So we loop through our materials, and we set its constant buffer ID, and we set its texture ID. Previously, I've just defined the material as the texture in text format. I could try and add an ID and do it from ID format, but basically what I've done is I've added it in text format so it can be dynamic. And then when I get to here, I take the actual texture name and then I use it to get the ID. Okay, so that in our heap index I get an ID from a name, and then we print out what is in here. So let's have a look at that, and let's have a look. Let's have a look, see how that's printing at the moment, and then let's make that a little bit pretty so that we can move on. Right, okay, so hopefully that is going to work now. Just see how it prints out. I already can see that I don't like it because it's... I wrote this today. You wouldn't think I would be so temperamental to be able to write something how I want it earlier and then come in here later and not like it again. And I tell you what, I could actually be really bad here, couldn't I? I could say this. Put this one in a bracket. And then we could put a new one on the end here. No, that doesn't go there. This comes here. Got C string. All this effort just to make it look nice on our... Oh yeah, we didn't actually put this in, so let's just temporarily put this in. Go to our graphics, go to our exception class. No, it wasn't in our exception, it was in our utilities. Very much tell that my brain is shot at the moment. There we go. We are crashing. Why are we crashing? What did we do? Where's our call stack? We are 152. Yeah, we're literally crashing on it. That's because... this one here, that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. No, it was the DS. I put SD, DS. If you understand that, happy days. If not, then we can just... There we go, cool, so it's working. Moon soil, let's... Why is that? Like that. Maybe I want this like this. Maybe I want this as number 1 instead of starting at 0. But I'm going to start it as I'm going to start it at 0. If it crashes, I'll fix it later. It definitely won't crash now. There we go. We got that. What else do we want? I'd actually quite like to just add some other details in here. Just to say what we're actually adding in. What did we add in? Come here. I tell you what I could do. I could just put a 2-string class in here and print them all out, and which is what I might do at a different time because it's way too late right now, and I'm not thinking. So we have a material class. Now this is not actually, whereas unlike our load textures class, which actually loaded the textures from the file, our load materials function hasn't actually done anything apart from giving us our IDs. Basically, we have taken our material being defined as nothing but strings, and then we've taken it over to our render class, and it is converting it into ints. And yeah, absolutely, I do completely agree. Adam, it is very much definitely bedtime. I just wanted to get it to at least this stage, but yeah, thank you very much for everyone who has joined us tonight. I apologise that it's still not at the point where we've got some things showing on a screen, but I really wanted to just skip to the end so that you could see the end result. So we've got textures, lighting, all the jazz, all the good stuff working straight. And yeah, and on that note, thank you very much for joining in, and good night from Mars.